What's happening?
Get ready
Gents,
for us. We're going live.
Bruh.
fellas.
It's a chance of the 3.5.
Cheers,
Wanna
bro.
know
Cheers,
the
fellas.
deal.
I
What's
do.
going on?
Look at that, man.
What's up?
It's a chance of the 3.5 to be a fly on the wall.
Gents.
At the barbershop or gym, in the bathroom stall. Or when he's on his way from hanging out or work.
Hello.
At the end of the day, do you ever just want to get into a huddle to listen, rebuttal, or just plain understand what's happening in the cave of a man? Yeah,
Speak on it.
Of course.
3.5, yeah.
All right.
The one and only Jennifer Hudson. You transcended yourself and you went in and you did the thing that's really impossible to do because there's only one Aretha.
Yes, ma'am.
But you did it. You brought it.
Thank you.
Bravo, 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 bravo. You did it.
Well, first of all, hearing her in the back of my head saying, you know, Jennifer, you do this. And that was my encouragement to get through it, to be able to do it, because it's not an easy thing or task for Aretha Franklin to say, okay, I want you to play me.
Only one Aretha Franklin.
It's only one.
Only one.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you took that on. You took that on. So let's talk about how it all started. You know, the cultural rumor is that when you did the BET special, that was the audition, you slam dunked it, that was it.
In my mind, that was the audition.
Was it? I
was.
knew it.
I think, at
Yes.
least that's what I told myself.
And you walk out with such confidence. You know she's sitting there in the front row. Everybody's already told you, Riri's here, and she's sitting there like, I'm waiting for you.
Yes.
You know, because she was a tough sister, let me tell you.
Yes.
So you were prepared in that moment.
As prepared as I could get. I always say in my mind, if you give me the opportunity, I will make it work. If I could just channel you a little bit for you to be able to see what you've given us, then I feel as though my job is done. And in that moment, like I was like, I want to go back in time. I want to look like a resemblance of her. You're going to win an Oscar for playing me, right? And I was like, well, ma'am, I didn't even have words. And I'm like,
let me see if I get the role first,
Let
ma'am,
me get
before
the
I worry
role.
about the Oscar.
And it's that question, well, does that mean I got the role?
You might be curious on where are the remains of the 12 apostles of Christ now. The remains of all apostles, except Judas Iscariot, were kept and venerated by the early Christians.
Number 1.
Saint James the Greater. He was stabbed with sword. His remains is buried in St. James Cathedral located in Compostela, Spain.
Number 2.
Saint Philip. He was crucified by soldiers. His remains is buried in the Church of the Dodici located in Rome, Italy.
Number 3.
Saint Matthew. He was crucified. His remains is buried in St. Matthew Cathedral located in Messina, Italy.
Number 4.
Saint James the Lesser. He was stoned to death. His remains is buried in the Holy Apostles Basilica located in Rome, Italy.
Number 5.
Saint Peter. He was crucified upside down in Rome. His remains is buried in St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City.
Number 6.
Saint Thomas. He was thrust with spears. His remains is buried in the St. Thomas Cathedral located in Mylapore, India.
Number 7.
Saint Bartholomew. He was crucified. His remains is buried in the St. Bartholomew Church located in Rome, Italy.
Number 8.
Saint Andrew. He was crucified in X-shaped cross. His remains is buried in the Cathedral of Amalfi located in Amalfi, Italy.
Number 9.
Saint Jude Thaddeus. He was filled with arrows. His remains is buried in the St. Peter's Basilica located in Vatican City.
Number 10.
Saint Simon the Zealot. He was stabbed with sword. His remains is buried in the altar of crucifixion located in Vatican City.
Number 11.
Saint John. He died on natural death. His remains is buried in the St. John Basilica located in Ephesus, Turkey.
Number 12.
Saint Matthias. Saint Matthias was the replacement of Judas Iscariot who committed suicide after betraying Christ. He was hanged on a cross. His remains is buried in the St. Matthias Abbey located in Trier, Germany. Please note that all of the locations where the remains of apostles are being kept are in a Catholic church.
Like the career of acting for me, when like I have these moments of like I am just being this moment, like I'm not putting it on. You're like fully in that. Like that is like another level. I think it feels like another level of kind of consciousness and being. You're existing in kind of this like bubble outside yourself a little bit, but it's very real.
Yeah,
you know, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain that, but yeah, that's kind of like
that's more because what happens is that people need to feel like you're actually experiencing what you're trying to say, so they believe that that's what you're really feeling, but in reality you're just acting. But you're embodying that scene, that thing, and that's what's just amazing about acting. People listen to that and respect.
Right,
it has those thespian qualities.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Right.
Yeah, man. Speaking of, I miss theater, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I miss everything.
When is that gonna like really happen again?
Happen? Well, apparently it's gonna happen August, September. We're gonna be back, guys.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, honestly though, it's it is being hopeful. Everything's kind of hopeful right now until there's an actual answer somewhere.
Yeah,
because we're not getting it.
Yeah, man. Even now, like, I mean, the online stuff is great. Like my last gig, well, my first and last gig. I don't know if it's gonna be for the year, but
first and last.
Yeah, literally was my first gig for the year, and now we're in lockdown, so all gigs are cancelled. So
crazy.
He's like, he said I'm a one-hit wonder this year. That's what we are.
Exactly. So like, what I did for the gig is I went live, and then I did requests. So it was like, I'm live at the piano bar, yes. People having dinner, yes. But I'm also live on Facebook. I'm like, whatever song you want, just let me know. I'll do it. Yeah, whatever. And it was a good night.
Cool.
Like, I played like 2 hours straight. I was just like, oh, whatever. Even the owner came by. She's like, you can take a break, you know. I was like, nah. It's been a long time.
Right, it feels good.
It feels good, man. So I just played the entire night until like I saw it's time to stop. And I was like, yeah, guys, last song, and then but it was such a great feeling to just play.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, shit. I picked up my guitar again, like a couple weeks ago, and been playing it a lot more. And just, I mean, I haven't really gotten, anywhere more than kind of where I'm at. But that's just because I hadn't picked it up and done much. But yeah, it's amazing that it's amazing that I've been able to, like, all of us as artists have been able to like go through this really long time actually being forced not to work. Not that you just don't have the option because no one's hiring you. You don't have the option.
You don't have the option. There is nothing happening. And what's been happening with me now is like, like Facebook gives you the memories. So like, I remember when, I don't know if you remember Darren, when I used to be posting for Up and On, vocal coach wanted, saxo player wanted. So I'm seeing all of these memories and I'm like, it's all gone. It's all gone.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm seeing everything. I'm just like, it was only a year ago.
A year ago. Isn't that crazy?
Georgia Blast, I had fun in February. I remember going up to New York thinking like, oh, this is great. Came back down to Atlanta, beginning of March, thinking like, all right, now I'm going to be in Atlanta for a couple of weeks and then I'm going to move back to New York.
Like, I'm going to bust it open.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Damn, I remember that, dude. I remember you, all those like auditions you had set up, the kind of things that were moving along.
And I booked so many things. I was like,
bitch, I was so hyped for you, man.
I knew something was wrong then. I was like, why am I booking everything?
But you have to. You have to. You gotta get it. Like, literally.
You're like, of course this would happen.
Like, my whole year was already set up. I was already set up. I literally had to spend, for the most, maybe 2 weeks in Connecticut. That was it for the entire year. It was just
wow.
Gig,
you were booked.
Gig. I was booked. Because what happened in my agent, he told me, since I'm MD, I have full control of how long I want my contracts to be, how short I want it, when I want vacation. What I was like, well,
thank you.
Work. I'm just gonna work.
Exactly.
Exactly. Just make the money. And then literally once March hit, all the islands were like, no.
It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. I got faith.
I do too. I definitely have faith it'll come back. How it will and when it will is just the biggest questions. But if it will is, I don't think it's a question because, like we were saying earlier, like it's kind of inevitable. Like you can't exist without it.
It's just because nothing can exist without it. It's a matter of what's gonna happen or what's needed to make it happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
That's true.
That's literally all it is.
Exactly.
So like, I don't know. Like we were saying with George earlier, I'm gonna put plexiglass around my piano.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the new thing.
The new thing on the stage, plexiglass.
Saran wrap the surroundings.
Yeah, because before they would have security just standing in front of the stage. Nope, you can't even touch the security. Glass.
Yeah.
Glass all around. Glass all around.
Or if you want security there, that's cool too, but I'm gonna keep glass. So
glass. Just glass all around.
Right. Yeah, just protect me.
Simone Biles dropped out of the team competition for Team USA. It happened right after the vault when she simplified her more complicated jump midair and landed awkwardly.
It's been really stressful, this Olympic Games. I think just as a whole, not having an audience, there are a lot of different variables going into it. It's been a long week. It's been a long Olympic process. It's been a long year. So just a lot of different variables, and I think we're just a little bit too stressed out, but we should be out here having fun, and sometimes that's not the case.
There's always three of us, and like the half is like there's usually should always in theory be one more, but maybe sometimes
maybe not always.
Yeah, exactly.
Not always. Because that's the running joke with Darren and I. We usually have a group chat with 4 people in it. Yeah. And then there's always 3 people talking, and there's
one person just saying nothing.
Never saying nothing. So we call it it's the chat. It's
that is me. Chat. That is me right there.
Damn, that shit is so real. That is funny.
Yeah, it's so real.
Like for a good 5 minutes, George was that person. He was the one not talking.
Yeah, that is me. Because even this morning, that happened with me this morning. So like on the online platform that I teach, all the teachers always post, "Hey, good morning, have a blessed day, Jesus loves you." I never respond. It's already muted. I'm just like, I'm not gonna bother.
It's like, yep, sure.
No, and then one of the teachers call me. It's like, you can talk in the group. It's fine. I was like, I know, but like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, like, I know I can. I just have nothing to say.
Just having not
Yeah,
much.
man.
You just realize about these forums is that 3 people, it could be a nice lax conversation, but when it's with 4 people, it can turn into people constantly speaking over each other.
Yeah, you're like, you go, I go.
Because then you can't tell if like somebody's talking or if it's cut out. So if like they're just being choppy, or did they actually stop their words?
It's like playing a double dutch, man. You're just trying to see, can I jump in? Can I jump in?
Can I jump in?
Right.
Yeah.
Literally finding the right time. Or it's like duck, duck, goose. Like, when is it going to be my turn to go? Like, who's going to attack my head?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that the double Dutch hands?
Yeah. And then you jump in and you're like,
you know those double Dutch hands.
Yeah, that's one game I never played. I never played double dutch. Yeah.
Come on now. That's how I know you're not from. That's how I know you're not from New York, right there. or at least like a metropolitan neighborhood.
Yeah.
You can go to any metropolitan neighborhood and you'll definitely
double
probably
dutch.
Double dutch. Yeah, man.
Double Dutch.
Yeah, we did a lot of hopscotch and like Chinese tips. That's what.
Oh yeah, listen, hopscotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Timeless. We've all got down into hopscotch.
Yeah.
Yo, hopscotch was it, yo. It could get really intense.
You know what they used to call me in hopscotch when I was really young? I was really chubby. And they used to call me Big Smooth because I used to have these floppy titties.
He said Big Smooth. Get down.
Big Smooth.
Big smooth.
He said, because I had these floppy titties. That's why.
Some big ass floppy titties. Some big
Yeah.
We used to call
Give them to me, baby. Did they have,
we used to
did
say,
they have 5 fingers? Like,
yeah, because
like
guys
yours?
that had that, we used to call them PMTs. So, you know, like they say, PMTs, know, like pretty young thing, pretty man tits. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty mantis.
I wanna love you.
PMT. Right.
But kids in school are
Pretty
ruthless.
mantis.
Yeah, man,
That's the type of bullying we had growing up. Now,
now it's all kind of stupidness. It was like you own that name. That would be your name for your whole high school everywhere. Yo, PMT, what's up? Yeah.
Oh man, so bad.
That is it. Everywhere you go.
But funny enough, you get used to it, and it's like you don't even think about it anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, and then people forget the real name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people forget their real name and they just call it PMT. And be like, what's his real name? Man, I don't know.
You don't know. It doesn't matter. It's PMT.
Exactly.
Man, all through middle school, I was called. My middle name was not middle name. My nickname was Choke Man, because I went to school for the first day and it was cold, and I was like standing outside with people I didn't know, and I was just like, we were outside cold. I had my shoulders up, and the guy was like, "You look like you choking." He said, "Man, we're gonna call you Artichoke," and then all of a sudden they shortened it to Choke Man, and that was like that lasted for 3 years. I was like, "What the hell?" You're like Choke Man.
People get off on nicknames, man. They're like, "You're not stinky cheese," and you're like, "Dude, where the hell did you get that?"
The Gents of 3.5.
Well, all right.